Hello, my gorgeous angels. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is the Leo full moon tonight. Well, this morning, whatever, depending on what time zone you are in. It is happening on Wednesday, February 12th at 3:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is a very special Leo full moon, especially for me. That's why I had to wear the red, and this is the actual inauguration of my YouTube channel. So thank you for being here. We have amazing energy that I am going to go into, and I'm going to tell you for each rising sign. Check your rising sign, not your sun sign. I mean, you could listen to your sun sign, but the rising sign is where we get really specific. And I decided to launch today because today is, first of all, I am a Leo rising, and this Leo full moon is directly on my part of fortune. And if you don't know what the part of fortune is, go to my website, lovenatalieholbrook.com, and you'll be able to pull up your chart and be able to see where Leo is for you. And if you don't know about the part of fortune is a point in the chart, and it's a point in the sky where it tells you where this additional fortune lies for you. So this fortune is going to either be in one of the, it will be in a house and it will be in a sign. So you're going to be able to learn and see where this is, because maybe yours is in Leo and this moon is going to be extra special for you too. So if you don't know me, I am a professional astrologer. I am also a sales and business expert and teach women how to combine the two to be able to truly step into their purpose and live in their highest impact while also making a shitload of money, doing it the ethical way that aligns with their soul. Let's get into the Leo full moon. Okay, so here is the deal. This Leo full moon is at 24 degrees. And what's going on in the sky right now is that we also have the planet Uranus, which is over in Taurus, and they are making a square to each other. So whenever planets in the sky are squaring, it means that they are in the same modality. So Leo is a fixed sign, Taurus is a fixed sign, Scorpio is a fixed sign, Aquarius is a fixed sign. So if you are one of those four signs, you are definitely going to be feeling this moon, because you probably have, whether it's just your sun or your moon, you have something there. This is going to be affecting you, and it's affecting you either in a square or in an opposition if you're a Scorpio, or in your actual house, or in your actual sign, which is going to be for all of you Leos. So what happens during this specific full moon is that because we have the moon making a square to Uranus, which is the planet of sudden change, of lightning strike ideas, it's kind of like this hit of genius all of a sudden comes in. And when you have this hit of genius, it can be genius in like a genius crazy way, or it can be genius in like, oh my gosh, this is the best idea. I am just flooded with ideas right now. I'm flooded with excitement and newness and electricity. And you guys can see I'm actually kind of on this like genius electric vibe right now because it's hitting me. So it's like you just got electrocuted with something new that's coming into place. Now, this is not always this like wee exciting thing. This can be something where all of a sudden you find out this idea, this thing is happening to you. You find out news. All of a sudden someone might pass. It might be that you get in a car accident. It might be that you lose your job, right? But we always have to remember that things are happening for us, not to us. And that is truly how you are going to be able to reconcile with anything difficult, and then be able to move forward, and be able to move forward in a way that you feel really empowered by, and that you feel like, okay, I'm going to harness all of the Leo energy, which is about being brave, being courageous, being bold, being beautiful, being magnetic, being led by your heart. I even have my red ring on for y'all. Okay, so when we are led by the heart, that is the highest energy of Leo, because Leo is the only sign that is ruled by the heart, or that rules the heart. Every single zodiac sign has a ruler in the body, or we should say rules over a part of the body, vice versa, whatever. And Leo rules the heart. So if you are feeling extra tender right now, or if you are feeling on fire and passionate, this is why. Because Uranus is with this moon, and it is electrocuting the heart. It is saying, you know what? I cannot hold back any longer. I must go where my heart is telling me to go. I must do these things. I must get out of my own way, and I must live from what's in here, rather than still playing small or feeling like I'm not good enough or comparing myself or whatever it is in these shadows of Leo that you might still be doing. And what are those shadows? Those shadows are insecurity, are being territorial, are being jealous. You know, I always, whenever I'm getting readings to my clients or friends or myself, I check the transits every single day. Leo energy, the shadow of Leo is that it can be like this person, or I always like to say it's kind of like a lion cub that's like really sad and it's like, I'm not there yet. Like if you think about the Lion King, the ultimate expression of Leo is being the tall and proud and loving lion and lioness who are ruling over the jungle, who are like, we've got the zebras, we've got the hippos, we've got the hyenas, we've got all of our animal friends, and we're taking care of them. And it's not just about me and my roar. That's the shadow side. It's about how is it that I am being supportive and loving to everyone, but that I'm also being supportive and loving to myself, that I'm not in comparison, that I'm not in judgment, that I'm not in being territorial. That's a huge thing for Leo energy too, is like, well, this is mine and I'm not going to share because I don't want you to steal my thing, right? And the highest iteration is when they are generous, and when Leo energy is giving and pouring of love, first to themselves, because we must love ourselves first, and then giving and pouring that love out and being creative, being self-expressed, saying, I am here and I am going to claim my throne. I'm going to claim my crown. I am going to allow myself to shine, because when I shine, you shine. I am a diamond and I reflect your shine as well, right? That is the highest of Leo. So if you can lean into that and try to steer away from the shadows, from the insecurity, the jealousy, the comparison, the being territorial, the being straight up super mean, because that is a huge piece of Leo as well, is it can be a very loud and mean roar because they know how to sting you, because they love so deep that they also know how to get into that crevice and really hurt you. So let's stay out of that, because why? So Leo, regardless if you are a Leo, sun, moon, rising, Jupiter, we all have Leo in our chart somewhere, right? As you know. So what I want to do is go through each of the signs and share with you where this moon is affecting you and what you need to focus on. Oh, my friends, one more thing before we dive into where this is for each of the signs. I also need to tell you about this other very important thing that's happening in the sky. So within this full moon specifically, we also have Mercury is next to, it's conjunct to the sun. And when Mercury is conjunct the sun, this means that sometimes there can be this energy where it's like we feel like we need to communicate, we need to talk, we need to get our ideas out there, we need to be seen, we need to collaborate. So it's a really good time for speaking and sharing your truth. Now, what this also can do is this can shine a light on you if you are not being seen, or if you are somehow being spoken down to. This is a time to really harness and pull together all of that power, like the tough, strong Leo that you are, and bring it up through your heart and out of you. Because if you are in a place where you are being silenced, if you are being belittled, if someone is talking behind you, your back about you, this is a time to get that out of the way, because Leo, it's like that roar is here to clear that out for you. So you just have to allow yourself to be brave enough to be from the heart and to lead with love and speak your truth. It is so crucial, and the energy is here for you right now to do this. Okay, so if you are an Aries rising, this Leo full moon is happening in your 5th house. And the 5th house is all about creativity. It's about dating. It's about relationships. And it's about play. And the 5th house truly is about self-expression and being seen for who you are. So if you are an Aries rising, this is a time for you to have fun, okay? This is also a time for you to look back at any time in your life where maybe there was anything that you need to still move through that essentially took away your pride, that maybe took away your heart, that maybe put shackles or put some type of, barriers around your heart. And it's time to be free from those. And it's time to really step in and allow this Uranus that's in Taurus to bring you into your sense of worthiness. And sometimes the fifth house, well, not sometimes, all the time, the fifth house can also be about our sexuality. And what can also live here sometimes is even sexual trauma. So if you've had anything along those lines, or if there's something that you need to maybe reconcile with in your past about sexuality or about dating, or even about, children or something in those lines of like you being seen and fully expressed, this is the time for you to really heal that. And for you to say, you know what, I am going to step in and love myself and worship the journey that I've been through. Even if it was ugly, I am going to just still hold that with a sense of reverence because it was my journey. And now you are on the other side, or maybe you're in it, but this is the time that you stand up for yourself, and that you also stand up for yourself in terms of romance and dating and being really clear on what is it and who is it that you want, and are you tolerating something, or are you on the path of what your soul and your truth and your highest self really desires. All right, so for the Taurus risings, this is happening in your fourth house, which is your house of home. It's your house of the subconscious. And it's also the house of land and food and interior design and basically anything that has to do with the home and also with the mother. So if you have been dealing with anything, mother healing or healing any of the pieces of you and your life that are driven by your subconscious, like where are you when you're in automatic, right? This is the time to really dive in. Maybe you're working in therapy or with a coach or something along those lines. So there's kind of two parts to the fourth house. So the first part is all of that, what I just said, right? Where it's like home, family, mother wounds, the ancestry, like getting really clear on where you came from and how you're now putting this into your life. It's like, how is your past? How is your childhood? How are these things? Ooh, I had to like crack my back a little because Leo rules the spine also, by the way, guys. So if you're having any like back issues, Leo rules the heart and the spine. So this whole kind of upper area, this is where it is. Sorry for the interruption, Taurus risings. But the other piece of Taurus rising and your fourth house in Leo, the fourth house is not just about the home and the mom and the subconscious. It is the roots. So what a lot of people don't realize is that this is actually the roots of your money, the roots of your business, the roots of growing whatever life that you desire. So if you think about a tree, right, we have like the roots of the tree, and this is where you need to water those roots. So it's like water your bank account, water your friendships, water, your habits, what you're eating every day. How are you moving your body? Water the things in your life that are your foundations, because that's what this is all about, is making sure that your foundations are really in line. Maybe it's the foundations of your business, but it's like, what are those building blocks? And that's what this is all about for you. So for our Gemini risings, this full moon is happening in your third house. And the third house is all about your community. It's about your network. It's also about sales. It's about putting yourself out there. So if you are Gemini rising, you are really here to be a messenger of some sort, whether that is that you are maybe a messenger within the company. I actually have quite a lot of Gemini rising friends who are very successful executive assistants. And it's because they're able to, do this and do this and do this and multitask and like really run the show. And because your third house is Leo, it means that the community, the people, the company that you keep has this Leo energy. Like you work very well when you're with the stars, or you're with the CEO, or you're with the person who's like running the show, right? And you're like kind of running the show too. So this is in that area for you of your network. What organizations are you a part of? Who are you with? Who is your community? How are you showing up on social media? Maybe you even have something to do with your neighbors or your siblings, because the third house is all about the people who are in close proximity to you. And siblings fall into this house because when we're younger, those are the people who are in proximity to us, right? Like those are the people that we couldn't help it most likely. Like if you live with them, if that's your brother or sister, then you're most likely going to be there with them. And those are those people. It's also your neighborhood. So if there's anything where you are getting involved with your neighbors, or you're getting involved in some type of, you know, charity, or you're giving back, or maybe you're donating to the fires in LA, or you're donating to, you know, whatever is going on in some type of issue for you that is local. Now, the third house also rules our sales, and it rules like trading and like what can we do? What can we negotiate? So if you are in, you know, if you are in a sales role, or if you are an entrepreneur, or you're in something where you're selling, this is actually a really good time for you to hone in and to sharpen those skills and to go for it, to put yourself out there and to make the deal, to make the offer, and to just do it and be brave. And no one is going to ever know if you exist and what your specialty is if you don't actually put it out there. And you holding yourself back is actually a hindrance to the world, because how is anyone going to know about your gifts if you're not sharing them, right? So this is the time to do that. Now, the third house is also about our mental health. So a lot of people, you know, think about a Mercury or Neptune being our mental health, which it absolutely is. And they also really focus on the 4th, the 12th, and the 8th house being our mental health. But the third house is very connected to the mental health as well, because it is the mindset. It is, you know, where are you going when you're communicating? Are you communicating quickly and you're excited? And maybe there's a little bit of this like, like I'm doing all these different things, but then at the end of the day, you didn't get anything done, and then you beat yourself up for it, right? Or that you're in comparison, or you're even in that jealousy, which is the shadow of Gemini rising because of this Leo in the third house, that there can be a lot of feelings of inadequacy and comparison. And you need to know you are enough. You are so powerful. You are so talented. The reason why Leo rules your third house, the reason why you have this, is because you are a Leo energy in the community. So stop comparing yourself and stop driving yourself crazy and being so in your head, because this is the time for you to actually step up and be the leader in the community, and everyone is waiting for you, Gemini rising. If you are a Cancer rising, this is happening for you in your second house. Oh my gosh, show me the money. Okay, so the second house is the money house, and this is really the time for you to claim your worth, whether this is like asking for a raise, or, you know, putting yourself out there and saying, I'm going to put my products up for sale, or I'm going to raise my rates, or I'm going to, you know, just request money, or maybe if somebody owes you money, like this is a money period. Now, some people, it's not necessarily all about like cold hard cash or like money coming in, but it's like that there's other ways that value comes into your life. Maybe you get something for free, or maybe you do a trade with somebody that's going to really change and enhance your life, or that you meet someone who's going to open up doors for you that then will bring in additional money or inheritances of, you know, some type of income. It can also be a new job. But this is really the time for you to assess yourself and to look and say, am I treating myself with the value that I know that I deserve? Do I value me? Do I value my life? Do I value my time? Or am I giving my time to everyone else? Because Cancer rising, I see you, baby. This is an energy where you can sometimes just give and give and give. And at the end of the day, are you giving to yourself? Or are you just pouring all of your beautiful Cancer water out to everybody else, and there's literally like a droplet left for you? This is the time for you to come back to yourself and to reassess your values, reassess the energy that you are giving out, and allow that to shift. And you might have things happen for you over the next few days that change you, that maybe even shatter you a little bit, so that you can really align with and come back into tune with the value of who you are, and put yourself first. Because, you know, all Cancer risings want to give and create community and create family and have fun and be creative. But if you are giving and allowing yourself to get caught up in any type of pettiness, or, you know, insecurities or scarcity mindsets, or being afraid of being abandoned and being codependent and being attached, because these are all huge Cancer qualities, then that actually blocks your money, honey. So this is a time for you to step into your worth and into your worthiness. And when you do that, that is when all of the abundance comes in for you, babe. All right, my fellow Leo risings. So baby, this is happening in your first house. Woo! We love when it is a first house energy because this is all about you, okay? This is a time that you get to step into who you are. This is a time that you get to shine. This is a time that you get to truly come out to the world and show yourself, reveal yourself. This is also a time where there is a focus on your health because the first house is our physical body, it's our health, it's our I was gonna combine vibrancy and vitality. So it's both of those. It's vibrancy, it's vitality, it's you showing up and being seen. And Leo risings are here to be seen. Let me say that for the people in the back. Leo risings are here to be seen. Okay. And some Leo risings are like, but I'm really shy and I don't want to be seen. And that's fine. But you are here to be recognized. Okay. So look at and really think about this, ponder this. When you die, what do you want to be remembered for? Because you have that Taurus 10th house, you know, depending on where your MC is, there is something here where there is this energy of being remembered and seen for your gentleness, for the worth that you bring into the world, for the money that you generate into the world, for the beauty that you bring into the world. And that can be that you literally compliment someone and make them feel beautiful. That can be you making sure that you feel beautiful, right? That is a huge component of being a Leo rising is, do I feel like I love myself? Because the journey of Leo is also about love, and especially about Leo risings is, can you let go of needing validation? Can you let go of any issues that you have with your body? Because it's a very big journey that a lot of Leo risings have to go through with their body. And when you can heal that relationship with your body, oh man, you really will heal everything. You will heal your abundance. You will heal your love. When you can let go of comparing and thinking that you're not good enough, because Virgo rules your second house and our second house is our values. And so sometimes we can be so nitty gritty and nitpicky on, you know, how we look at ourselves and pick ourselves apart. So when you can really do this, this is when all of these big shifts happen for you. And you're probably experiencing some type of energy that's maybe shifting or changing your career as well because of that Uranus square, that this might be doing something to move or give you this electricity within the way that you're working. And you know, the 10th house is not just about your career, but it's about what is your status in the world. So maybe if you have kids, you have something new that you're doing with your children, or that you are doing that is like this new version of how the world is going to see you. This is really what this Leo full moon energy is about, is stepping into what is this new version of you and how do you want to be seen and how do you want to be remembered. So if you are a Virgo rising, this is happening in your 12th house. And the 12th house is all about the imagination. It is a house of mental health. It's a house of retreating. It's a house of going away. So you might be on vacation, or you might be somewhere else where you are away and not in your normal state. This could also be a time that you maybe are creating something that's behind the scenes. The 12th house is a lot of behind the scenes energy because it comes before the first house. So it's like, what is it that we're doing that is behind the scenes that we're creating to then put out into the world? This is also the energy of music and acting and films. So if there's anything like that where you are maybe launching a secret offer or something that's behind the scenes, or you're doing something that maybe not a lot of people know about, right? Like there's a sense of secrecy here. There's also this deep need for rest during this time for you. So it could be that you might even get sick, so that something essentially forces you to rest. But the 12th house is a place for you to really just think about and get clear on what is it that would bring you the most ease. Because a lot of times when we're in these 12th house transits, this is going to somehow shake something up for us on the subconscious level. And so it's really a time to make sure that you are journaling. You might be having crazy dreams right now. This is a time to get clear on, you know, what do those dreams mean? Or what are all of the signs and symbols that maybe you're seeing? If you're seeing different animals or different locations or angel numbers, like really take note of all of that, because the 12th house is when we are also very, very guided. It's a really beautiful time to do any type of mindset work, to do any type of hypnosis, to do anything that is going to help you to get into this state of imagination and creativity. And if there are any blocks, to get clear on what those blocks are and why, and move those out, because this is a really beautiful time and space for you to be able to actually do that. The guides are on your side, the angels are on your side. You know, being a Virgo rising, I think, is one of the most beautiful signs, because you are here to create structure and discipline and beauty in the world. And it's kind of like you are a secret Leo, because whatever our 12th house is, you're actually a secret of that sign, because you have that spirit of it that lives within you, that it is that 12th house. Now, one other thing, the 12th house, sometimes we can lose things. So this is a really good time to make sure that you are keeping track of where all of your things are. You're keeping track of where your money is, right? You're keeping track of all of your valuables, and that you don't allow yourself to get lost in anything. But it is a really good time for anything that's behind the scenes, or even if it is like a live launch or something that you're doing like that, it's created by an illusion, so to say, right? So if we're on camera, or we're making music, or we're doing a photo shoot, it's something where there is this level of imagination and bringing maybe people together to create this sense of oneness and teaching and doing something magical and dreamy that is about something that is bigger than us, and something that could even be a piece of art that is your truth, that you dream of, that you're putting into the world. All right, my beautiful Libra risings. You know, the thing that I love about Libra risings is that Libra risings are here to really understand symmetry, because most Libra risings, if you look at their face, there's actually a lot of symmetry within their faces. Like they'll have very even eyes or eyebrows or lips or something along those lines, because the appearance of a Libra rising is to be in balance, to be in harmony, to be in symmetry. So fun side note about Libra risings there. So for you guys, Leo rules your 11th house. So basically the 11th house is the house of luck, of manifestation, of friendships, of groups, of organizations. You are such a huge and amazing leader when it comes to basically anything that you want, because the 11th house is about where is it that we are making our impact? Where is it that we are being philanthropic and being a humanitarianism or being a humanitarian, excuse me, being a humanitarian, and that you are being someone who is saying, you know what? I was given so much, or even if I don't have a lot to give, I'm going to go back and give to the world, because I know that it is my duty, it is my mission to stand tall as a leader amongst millions, to be the queen or the king of hearts, and to give that energy out to the world. And the 11th house is where it's also a fame placement. And so, you know, this is really shaking up this energy for you to be surrounded by community, to be surrounded by people who you love, to be in play, and also to really think about and to do something about how is it that I am giving back? Who am I giving back to? And who am I pouring my energy into? Now, it's a really good time to also say, okay, is there anything that I want to do in the online or technical space? Because the 11th house also rules technology. It rules our social medias as well. It rules all media. So if there's anything to do with media or with you being seen and putting something out there into the world, this is the time to absolutely do that. And it could be a time too where you may even need to be like relying upon your community, or to not be afraid to ask your community for help, or to ask for, you know, to receive something back, because a lot of times the Leo energy, it's so prideful that it can maybe have a hard time asking for help or asking for support. And this is a time to allow yourself to be poured into, not just for you pouring into others, but to allow yourself to receive as well, my love. All right, so for my Scorpio risings, you sexy goddesses, oh my gosh. Okay, so Scorpio risings, for you, this is happening in your 10th house. So Leo rules your 10th house. So in your life, Leo is how you show up in your career. It's how you show up in the world. It's people actually see you in this sense of you being Leo-like, because you love to have fun, you love to be loud, you love to party, or you love to go to a good party, right? And maybe it's not being loud in the sense of like everyone is out there roaring, but there is this sense of you like to be seen, and that's okay. You know, that's actually what you're here for. You are here to be seen in a big way. Now, because this is your career house, this could mean that there are just huge things happening for you right now in your career or in your status, or maybe you're getting some clarity on what you're doing in your career, or maybe things are just really taking off for you. But if you're in a place where you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing with my career, I'm feeling really confused, just trust the process, because everything is going to change for you within the next 2 weeks to 4 weeks. You are going to get some type of answer. You're going to get some type of phone call or some type of meeting. Like, there will be something that's going to give you more hope, that is going to give you more clarity on the next steps. Now, the 10th house is also about our status in the world. It's like, what is it that we are known for and we're remembered for? And so this is a time for you to really get clear on, what is the legacy that I want to leave? And there's, two things that could be happening right now. Right now, you could be fully like, I am in my legacy, I'm doing it, there's opportunities, and I'm shining bright, and all of my Leo energy is like being out there, being seen. Or you might feel in the complete opposite, where you're like, oh my gosh, I am not in my purpose, I am not in alignment. And this is a good thing, okay? This is a good thing because it is shining a light on you so that you can finally see where you need to shift. And for all my Scorpio rising loves out there, you are here to be seen in a big way. You are here to be a leader. You are here to lead with your heart. You are here to let go of your pride and your jealousy and your one-upping, because I know that can happen sometimes. I've experienced it. And you are really here, though, to give. And you are here to organize beautiful things to give to the world and to be seen and known for your huge, gorgeous heart. All right, my Sagittarius risings. So this is happening in your 9th house. Now, the 9th house is a place where we get our lessons. It's where we get our deep lessons and our wisdom, but it's also the house of travel. And I always like to say it's travel of the body, the mind, and the spirit. So when you're traveling from the body, that's obvious, right? It's like a physical, actual travel. So you might be traveling right now. This is actually a really great time for you to be traveling, because if you're traveling, you're probably getting some type of like insight or awareness, or something is lighting you up where you're like, oh my gosh, like I want to host a retreat, or I want to go and meet this person, or, there's something waiting for you in travels. And remember, you guys, that it doesn't always have to be the day of. It can be like a few days before. It can be a few days after. Like, we're really in this energy for another week or two, and then we move into the next new moon, which will be the Pisces new moon in 2 weeks, right? So whatever zodiac season we're in, it's always the opposite. So right now we're in Aquarius season. So the opposite of Aquarius is Leo. So it's going to be the Leo full moon. So for you, my Sag loves, my Sag rising loves, this really is a time for you to be in the receiving of wisdom, of higher wisdom, right? Of integrating the lessons that you've learned. So really looking at, well, what are the lessons that I've learned? What did I learn from my birthday a few months ago? What have I learned over the past couple of months? And putting all of that wisdom in, and now putting it into something. So the 9th house is also about writing books. It's about being a teacher. It's about speaking your truth. So if there is anything for you right now that is happening about speaking opportunities, or maybe there's an opportunity to travel, or you're going to a conference, or, there's something happening where you're making connections and you're being seen for your intelligence, because the 9th house is about intelligence. It's about learning and growing and constantly expanding. Now, this is also huge for you because you are very driven by freedom. So looking at, are you setting yourself up for a life that feels free, right? Now, this is also somehow bringing in energy of your 5th house, which is your dating house, your romance, your children, so maybe there's even something going on too around that, whether it's something getting more serious, or there's a breakup, or there's something happening along those lines that's tying into this energy for you. All right, my Capricorn risings. Oh my goodness, I love you guys so much. So Capricorn risings, Leo rules your 8th house. So what does this mean? This means that the way that you go through deep transformation is in a very Leo type of way. So you are probably very drawn to, astrology or to the things that are of the occult or the things that are, you know, maybe considered woo-woo, but you have to do it through learning or going through an experience where there's a Leo energy. So what the heck does that mean? I know this is all kind of like a little out there, but what this means is that when you go through transformations, it's a big deal. It can feel dramatic AF, right? Like there is a sense of drama to you when you have these transformations. It's in a big way. And that maybe there's Leo type of people, or maybe you're a Leo, where you're surrounded by this energy that's like fun and big, and you like these transformations to be a big deal. That when you have a death and rebirth, it's like everyone knows about it, or that maybe it's something that's very secret to you, but you create a really beautiful piece of art or piece of jewelry or a song. That your transformations, they actually need to have a level of self-expression, because you are here to share the depth of things with the world. Now, this can be sharing the depth of something that you do for work. This can be sharing your art. This can be sharing a trauma that happened to you that you went through, and now you know that you are here to help solve this problem for other people. So it's really getting clear on how is it that you want to move through whatever death and rebirth you're going through right now, because you are most likely going through some type of transformation. And there is something on the other side that is waiting for you. Whenever we have 8th house transits, they are about you getting serious with who you really are, and you kind of going through essentially a death portal of this piece of you that doesn't serve your highest anymore. And maybe it's not just about you. Maybe it's a relationship or a job or being cut off from a source of finances, because the 8th house also rules our inheritances. It rules our taxes. It rules the money that we're receiving, you know? And so this can be that there's something that you're cutting some type of loss, but at the end of the day, it's not really a loss. You cutting this out is actually some type of gain. And I think for some of you, if you're even on the fence of, do I want to leave this thing or not? The answer is yes. The answer is there has to be some type of clear, concise, polarizing cut so that you can actually rise. Because the 8th house is about you rising like a phoenix from the ashes. And if you just keep going back to what is comfortable, then you will not actually rise. You will not be in the state of joy and contentment and happiness and abundance that you know that you're worthy of, because you're playing it safe. So this is really the time for you to claim your power, for you to let go again of the betrayal, the fear of being betrayed, the fear of being fully powerful, the fear of actually allowing yourself to be seen and leading from your heart. And this is the time for you to step into all of that and to claim this as your rebirth. All right, my Aquarius risings. This is happening in your 7th house. This is so exciting because the 7th house is all about business. It's about relationships. It's about sales. It's about getting new clients. It's about podcasting. It's about how is it that you are connecting and communicating with other people. So this Leo full moon is shining a spotlight in you. I'm hoping that you feel really good right now. If you don't feel really good, it's because there is a better community. There's a better relationship. There are better clients. There are better job opportunities for you that are waiting on the other side. So this is your time, my Aquarius risings, to say yes to the relationship if it's feeling aligned. This is a time for you to say yes to your personal power and showing up as the authority that you are. It is a time for you to collaborate. It is time for you to be in connection. It's a really fun time, honestly. I think the 7th house is really fun because it's about feeling good and looking good. It's the underlying Libra energy, right? So it's about how is it that you are showing up and feeling beautiful? You know, this is a time for you to dress up and put on some beautiful clothes and go out there and be seen and network and play, right? And to be flirty and to be romantic and to have fun, kiss someone, you know, like, or spice up your relationship. Do something where there is more connection and bring people together, because you are here to be a leader within people. You are here to be a leader within business. You are here to allow yourself to roar and to shine and to bring out, to transmit and transfuse that roar in other people, whether it's your clients, whether it's your partner. But one of the things that you have to watch out for is letting someone else take your roar away, letting someone else dim your light. That is the opposite of what this energy should be. And sometimes, because Aquarius rising can feel so different, or feel like, oh, I'm so different than everyone, or, oh, no one understands me. And you can go into this space where then it's like your heart gets broken and shattered and kicked, and you just feel so dramatic because Leo energy rules your relationship house, right? Like, you are a Leo in relationships with friends, with lovers, and business. Like, you show up as Leo. And this is a time for you to remember how good you're feeling, to allow yourself to let that beautiful heart of yours just shine out to the world, and to keep that with you at all times, regardless of what someone else is doing around you, that you are strong enough on your own, that you are sovereign, that no one else's validation is what you need. You only need the validation and love of you, and to keep roaring, to keep shining, and to step into that and be unabashedly you. All right, so now my Pisces risings loves. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Leo rules your 6th house, and your 6th house is all about your day-to-day routines. It's about your health. It is about what is the environment that you live in. So this is a really good time for you to get structured, okay? And to make connection with the things and the people that are going to bring you more structure, to really do an assessment of what is your day-to-day life. In your everyday, how do you show up? And the cool thing that I love about this for Pisces risings is that Pisces risings, you actually show up with a lot of Leo energy in your day-to-day. Like, if you go into a coffee shop, or if you're going to a co-working space, or you go to the office, or you go to a party, like, you're kind of showing up like a Leo, because the 6th house is how we show up in our day-to-day. It's how we are in our workspace. It's also how we are in our health. So if you are not taking care of your health, you need to pull on and, turn up the lever on that Leo energy and say, I love myself so much that I am going to turn up my love for myself and my body and my health and how I take care of myself, because this is really all about you taking care of yourself. It's not about you burning out, which I know all of you do all the time, because you sometimes give way too much and you can overextend yourself, and sometimes you have no boundaries. Okay, I'm calling you forward. But this is a time for you to say, okay, where is it that I can create structure, that I can create discipline, and that I can do it in a way that feels so fun for me? Because Leo has to have fun, okay? Everything has to be fun for this Leo energy, and it has to give you some type of air. It has to give you some type of energy and breath. Otherwise, you're like, why the heck am I doing this? This is so boring, right? And then we seek for the fun in ways that are outside of ourselves and that are maybe harmful or hurtful, or, trying to get validation from a person or a drug or, food or whatever, social media or whatever that thing is. You can be highly susceptible to being addicted to these things if you're actually just not being Leo to you, if you are not giving that Leo love and energy to yourself. So this is your homework, okay, Pisces risings, is how is it that you can structure your day so that you are having fun, that you are being yourself, that you are living from your heart and leading with your heart, but that also you are keeping your boundaries and that you are loving yourself first. And I know that this is a time that is showing you how and why you can love yourself first, and to seek it within you and not seek it outside of you. All right, my loves, that is the roundup for all of this 12 signs for this Leo full moon. Just a reminder, there is so much happening in the cosmos right now. There's a lot of energy that is shifting the world. And if you know that you are here to change the world, if you know that you are here to leave a big impact, then leave a comment below, because I want to know who you are. I'm just starting this channel out. I'm so excited. I want to connect with you guys. Leave your sun, moon, and rising. I want to know, what you are, where you are, leave where you live, where you're from, what's your sign, all the things, and have the most beautiful Leo full moon and do something fun. Okay? Sending you guys so much love. Bye.